What's going on, everybody? I'm here at TradeUI showing you how to use our option flow tool system to give yourself a trading edge. Today I have a cool video for y'all because we're going to show you a trade that we actually took here at the TradeUI team, and we're going to show you just how we found that trade and what you can do to find the next trade. So I want you to sit back, take some notes, and learn how to make some profits. So, first thing we do is we have to identify what kind of trade we look for. Today we were trying to identify a swing trade or a trade that will take for a few days to a few weeks depending on the move itself. We can never really time it to an exact day we want to get in and get out of a trade. However, what we can do is find great entries and even better exits. So what we do is over here at the TradeUI team, we want to focus on market cap. So remember, market cap is the total valuation of the company itself, what it's worth correlating to its stock price. We want to see something that's in a small cap because when we see option flow with small cap stocks, we can see a big swing to the upside or a big swing to the downside depending on the option activity. So what we also want to do is actually look for contracts that are ask. What that means that they're actually trying to enter these positions. I want to do a minimum premium. I'm not going to do a minimum premium. I'll see what's going on altogether. Days till expiration, I want to say 200 days till expiration. Because just having this filter here and this filter here, that's going to thin down a lot of the fluff that you would see over here. Because really, small cap stocks do not get much option activity compared to large cap or mega cap. So this really thinned down our list to see what's going on. So our list thinned down tremendously, and what we have is this one right here is the one we took, ENVX. So whenever I click on ENVX right here, it actually gives you all the option flow that came in for the day. Now we found this trade around 12 o'clock, so we need to look at the option flow from 12 o'clock and earlier. So that's going to be from here down. So what we did is we saw a couple of things. We saw a lot of contracts come in around the same time frame, all for around the same strike, the same day till expiration, and roughly the same price range. That tells us that this was probably one trader buying all of this or a group of traders buying the same thing, all seeing a potential move to the upside. Something I want to also acknowledge is we did have one put worth $320,000. However, the DTE is a little bit longer, and at the same time, roughly within the same minute, we actually have the same value, close to the same value of call contracts being bought. So we're not really worried about this one. These two kind of cancel each other out. However, another bull sign we do see throughout the trading day is someone else bought $343,000 worth, roughly around $335 in the trading day. So as you can see, the price went up through the day. It was starting on $12.57 when the activity started coming in. Then it went all the way up to $13.21. We at the TradeUI team caught this at, let me get my snippet. We caught this at 12 o'clock. The first trade was 12.09. We got 3,000 shares at 12.66. And then it pulled back on us a little bit, so we decided to buy 500 more at $12.62, roughly around $114. So now we have to see, we know when we got in, and we're going to show you on the chart here in a second when we got in, but now we need to identify, just by looking at the option flow, what's a good exit price for us? Well, we do see 14 here a lot, so that's a big thing that we need to consider as a $14 target. However, we also see a lot of 15 right here, and the DTE is a little bit longer on the 15 side, which is understandable. They want to give themselves more time to get to that price. However, this is where you really have to justify why are they buying the 14 strike. Let's look at the chart and really see what's going on here. So I already pulled up right here on the chart, and this is actually from one day. And as you can see, it actually popped up pretty hard in the open from around $12.24 all the way up to $12.93. And it pulled back. We got in around this time, around $12.66. Got in a little bit more right here. And we decided to ride throughout the day. And we're actually sitting pretty nicely right now. We are at $13.49 at the close. So that's a really good position that we're in right now. I think we're up, simple math, that's roughly 80 cents. So that's actually a nice little return right there so far. However, once you look at the long-term chart, you'll really see what we're looking at here. So the long-term chart, I got a 6-month, 4-hour. There's a few things I wanted to look at. First off, we need to find a consistent resistance and support lines. So I see a mark here at 15, and I see a mark here at 15. So why did I draw the line up here at 15 and not right here really at like 13.28 or necessarily in this little area roughly at 14.24? Well, that's because of this option flow right here. We see 3 option flow strikes for 15. That tells me that, hey, there's a strong possibility that this stock is going to go to 15. So that's exactly why we drew it here. And on the resistance, on the support zone, we actually have a little bit right here. And we have a lot of support in this area. Broke down, came back up, found a little bit again, then plummeted down. And then we tried to break through, came up, held it here, started to hold it here again, broke down, came right back up. We're holding it here. So this is a good area for a potential exit to a downside if it goes south on us, or a potential entry if you want to wait for this trade in the future. Because you can see we really popped up right here if I zoom in. We had a strong pop right here, really broke out of a downward trend line, really channeled out. So this thing's on a path to a straight shot to 15. So this one may be gone. It could pull back to this like $12.70 level again. However, after it blasts through on one day, it could continue with this momentum to keep going to that $15 mark. You do see a lot of support right here at 14, so that's why you see those option contracts at 14 too. They're a little more conservative. So you could take a smaller profit, roughly 9% at 14, or you could risk it for 15 to 17% and cash out $15 here. Us, the TradeUI team, we're going to watch this as it progresses, but we're probably going to target this $15 because it's a small cap stock. And what does that mean? Small cap stocks tend to move more aggressively with option flow. So whenever we see bullish option flow activity coming in, we really like to see those stocks perform because they do perform. All right, when we have a lot of option activity for a stock that really doesn't get much option activity, it's a big bull flag for us to say, hey, something good can happen here. So we need to make sure that we're watching it. In our case, the technical analysis lined up to where it was a great time to enter at 1266. And so far, we're sitting pretty fat right now at 1350 at the high, 1349. So we have a lot of cushion to the downside if this thing reverses on us before it continues to 15. But the beautiful thing is, all you had to do is look at a couple of things here. You set your small cap sector, you looked for ask, you set your days till expiration, and after that, you just had to read through the flow. Reading through the flow does take a little bit of practice, but as you practice, you get better. There's other ways to get better too, like checking out the other YouTube videos we have out there. Also, it shows you how to read different flow opportunities and see different trades out there. Join the Discord. Talk to the people in that channel. They will gladly show you what they see and why they see the moves. One more thing we do have is if you want to check out TradeUI for yourself, you can click that link in the description below, and it'll take you to TradeUI's site, and you can sign up and try it out. And if you're somebody who really doesn't want to commit to a price at first, we have a trial that you can try out to make sure that this site is for you. And at the end of the day, we just want you to be a better trader. So if you think this tool does help you out, we'd love for you to stick around and give us more feedback. If you don't think this tool is right for you, tell us what you would like to see to make it better, and we're going to try to implement that. Also, guys, we just want to say we appreciate everybody who does support TradeUI, because if it wasn't for y'all's and y'all's support, we wouldn't have the progress that we do have, such as the new sentiment that indicates if it's a bullish call or bearish put, the very clear and very fast processing speed. It all comes down to the people who help support us at TradeUI. So we just want to give our humblest thank yous to you and everything you do. But guys, we're going to end the video here. I appreciate it, and y'all have a great night.